It's the home of the Suns here in Phoenix, Arizona, as 2K Sports brings you today's live action from the U.S. Airways Center. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And guys, taking a look at Paul George, what will we see from him?
Well, he's an exciting young player. Almost 6'10", great athleticism, length, dynamic finisher at the rim, and he can guard multiple positions defensively.
And you know what, Steve? His growth defensively has been just as impressive. He uses that length to great advantage, contesting shots and coming away with deflections and steals.
You look at the Pacers. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
I think for the Pacers, they've managed their expectations well. I mean, they've been even keeled, not too high, not too low on themselves, and in decent shape as we get deeper into the season.
This is probably where they should be, I mean, to be honest with you, and I like it. I mean, what you want to do with the NBA season, you just want to take it week by week. You can't get too high or too low. And this team, if they continue to just do their work on a daily basis, they should be fine.
The first one falls.
One of the bright young head coaching stars in the league, Frank Vogel, took over the Pacers on an interim basis 3 seasons ago and immediately paid dividends. They had a strong finish to that season and his first season in a competitive first-round series against Chicago, and that success has continued to build and grow, and Frank Vogel deserves a lot of the credit.
Shoots from the corner, and it's Butler missing.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
And that one's good.
Good job there, recognizing the mismatch and then just going straight up with the shot. He's got a major height advantage.
And Coach Vogel, the second youngest coach in the NBA last season, but he'd been working in the NBA for 15 years, Steve, prior to that, prior to becoming a head coach.
Yeah, 5 years as a video coordinator, a couple seasons as an advanced scout, and then 8 years on the bench as an assistant. So he's definitely paid his dues and learned a lot on his way up the ladder.
Here's West. After Caron Butler's bucket, it's West with the drive. 4 on the clock. It's stolen by Dragic. For the finish, a huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
So deflating for a team, Clark, coughing up the ball at one end, and then it turns into immediate points at the other end.
And it's just as much of a boost for the team getting those easy points off the steal. Well, guys, Goran Dragic signed to a big 4-year contract by the Phoenix Suns last season. Really has played well. He's crafty, he's clever, he's got good size, can finish at the basket, and also can shoot the 3. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Here's Dragic. Roy Hibbert picking up that last basket. Dragic kicks to Morris. Back to Dragic. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Gortat. Another one falls for Phoenix. And Dragic actually drafted by the Suns back in 2008 with a second-round pick. And Steve, you know a little bit about him. They had the good sense to bring him back.
I did draft him, Kevin, and a guy we liked for a long time before that draft. He's turned into an excellent player. The Suns brought him back after losing to Steve Nash, and for a team looking to build and go young, he's been a good fit.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with Frank Vogel. We talked about some of the matchups he'll be watching in this game, and he told me, quote, "I'll be looking at how we deal with Marcin Gortat. He's a guy who can score in any number of ways, posting up, pulling up from outside, or rolling to the rim, and he's also a factor on the glass. Guys, Gortat might not be a household name, but he's an impact big man in this league, no question."
Thanks, Doris. The shot's good from D. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Warriors in Oakland.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. You know, the guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor. You know, it's no secret around the league, guys, that the Suns either have one of the best medical staffs in the game or they've built their practice facility by the fountain of youth. More evidence of that came when Jermaine O'Neal found new tread on his well-worn tires.
Dragic with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And he really competed defensively, too, Kevin. 3 steals.
Here's the 3. Roy Hibbert with the rebound. Well, Clark, as you said, a lot of the players that left the Suns last season, such as Steve Nash and Grant Hill, had trouble keeping their health up. And Steve, I don't know, you've been in that organization. Whatever they are doing that are keeping those players healthy and in top shape has been working. They are admirable in the way they have led that cause.
Well, it's a tremendous training staff. They've just always done a very good job of keeping their guys healthy by getting them in the training room every day for work, by combining the strength program with the training schedule. But a lot of confidence in that staff from the players, and I think it really shows.
The kick out to Hill. Just 5 to shoot. D, defended by Butler. Gets it to go. 8 points for D.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Shot's good from Butler.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
So for Phoenix, their last game, a loss to the Nuggets.
And what stands out from that game, Clark, is that they let a lot of points slip through their fingers at the free throw line.
Yep, and I think some doubt started to creep in as well when they kept missing their foul shots. Guys seem to tighten up and start alligator arming those things.
Here's Dragic after the made shot from D. He feeds it to Butler. Lets it go from deep. He is hauled in by Paul George. The Pacers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Hill gets a screen from Hibbert. And George, here we go. Hill against Brown. Outside Hill. From past the arc. Again missing Hill.
This is really ugly, guys. I mean, he can't get anything to go.
Butler on the wing. Back to Dragic. Beyond the arc. Gets it to go. Dragic has got 5 now.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Pacers trail by 5. Outside Hill. Pass to Hibbert. Outside George. He dishes it to West. He's against Morris. 6 to shoot. Their turnaround jumper. And they will call over the back on the play.
Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
Danny Granger, he's checked in for Roy Hibbert. Dragic kicks to Gortat. Back to Dragic. He passes to Beasley. Feeds to Dragic. Kicks it out to Beasley. Launches a 3, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 4 assists in the game. Pacers trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
George, he's guarded by Dragic. West passes to D. West a screen on Butler. The pass to Granger. Indiana again missing.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
And it's Hill penetrating. George, just his first attempt. Offensive rebound. Fires the 3. Danny Granger, the bucket on the assist by Hill.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Outside Dragic. Pass to Gortat. West on him. Dragic kicks to Beasley. Off the left rim and out. Pacers trail by 5. On the wing, George. Left side, George. Here's D. Indiana moving the ball over. For 3, Hill. Kicks it out to Granger. Dishes to Hill. Pass to D. The feed now to George. Pass to Granger. There's the 3. Good on the shot. Granger's got 6.
Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
Well, you know, Jeff Hornacek, the new coach of the Phoenix Suns, a 14-year career as an NBA shooting guard, and he was terrific as a player. Spent his first 6 in Phoenix and only recently really got into coaching, starting as an assistant with the Jazz in early 2011.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. Michael Beasley missing his last shot. West inside. And it's all evened up. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Marshall with the steal. Markieff Morris and Marcin Gortat are down low. Dragic is out there with Kemba Marshall. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Luis Scola, he's checked in for Indiana. Paul George comes in for Hill.
Caron Butler is one of those rock-solid, steady vets. Just a pro's pro, we call him. Entering the final year of his contract, you know he's looking to be aggressive out there.
Now here's Dragic. He has 5. Morris kicks to Butler. And that one hits back iron.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
D, he's guarded by Dragic. Outside Hill. Shot clock at 6. And there's the pass to D. And it's Dragic with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And for Butler out of UConn, a good defender, Steve, a good jump shot.
Yeah, played in one All-Star game back with the Wizards. Now going into his 12th year in the league. He's had a great career.
D passes to Hill. No good. And Phoenix the other way now.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
Well, it's their only look at this team all season for these fans, Kevin, with the inter-conference matchup that we have.
Now the dish to George. Scola. He kicks it to Hibbert. He's guarded by Dragic. Shoots a fader. And Roy Hibbert the bucket on the assist by Scola. 6 points for Roy Hibbert.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Here's Butler. Again, Phoenix. Steve talking about these interconference matchups. You just don't see these teams all that much. You're not familiar with the rosters as much. And they only get together, as Steve was saying, Clark, just twice a year.
And being the first meeting of that 2-game series you just talked about, the pressure's usually more on the home team to get the job done and not set yourself up to get swept when you visit their place later on.
Butler with the steal. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Yes, gentlemen, D in their last game against the Warriors got the job done. He finished with 33 points and also did some work on the defensive end by swatting away a few shots. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance, Clark.
It clearly was one of those games that when we look back on his career, this game will be right there among the best ever that he's played.
Well, he was in the zone from the outset. It was just one of those games where he was feeling it. Everything was going his way, and he attacked, and that's what I like. Once he knew it was his night, he just attacked relentlessly.
Now here's Dragic. 5 points in the game. Brown kicks to Butler. Outside Dragic. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been 3-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
And here is Hill after the 3-pointer from Dragic. Outside Hill. Clock at 6. Passes it to D. Screen by Scola. Indiana needs to get a shot off. The 3 from George. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Now here's Dragic. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Beasley kicks to Brown. No good on the triple. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Hill dishes to West. Indiana moving the ball around. And the call will go against Caron Butler. That's his first foul. Danny Granger is checked in for the Pacers. Picked by West. Puts it up off the inbound. And there's the nice layup by Hill. Hill's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Paul.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Now, here is Hill. A 17-point game for him in the win against Golden State. George passes to deep. Here's West. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Guys, he's extremely difficult to cover on the low block. He's skilled. He's got a lot of moves he can go to, and he keeps the defense off balance.
No question about it. I mean, when you talk about bruisers, that's his game. I mean, he's put that time in the weight room, and guess what? Now he's putting that strength and muscle to use.
And Phoenix making a change here. Green's checked in. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Phoenix leading by 10. On the wing, Brown. Back to Dragic. Kicks to Brown. He feeds it to Beasley. David West grabs the miss. West has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, you know, that's one thing they've been doing extremely well. Corralling those Karens.
Seems like not a whole lot else is going right for them, though.
Now, here's Brown. After the miss from D. Great look, but off the mark.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
He dishes it to Hill. Feeds it to West. Working on Fry. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. West has got 5. The Suns have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Dragic kicks to Brown. Lets it go from 14. Nice jump shot. Good. Brown's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And some changes here for the Pacers. Mahaney's checked in for West. And Chris Copeland subbed in for D. Pacers trail by 10. Outside, George. It's back to Hill. He passes to Granger. And it's good off the back rim and in. Granger's got 5 points now in the quarter. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the half. Green dishes to Gortat. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Kevin, here we can get a good look at Indiana and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. First in blocks, second in three-point field goal percentage. And they also show up as a top 5 rebounding team.
And to me, what jumps out is the blocks, because they're an intimidating team. They really control the paint. They like to physically dominate their opponent. And when they do that and they get a lot of block shots, obviously it gives their defense a ton of confidence.
6 on the shot clock from the stripe. And it's Brown missing.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Watson up top. Gortat covering. Here's D. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. D's got 13. Now here's Goodwin. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
He's just too quick for his man. Left him in the rearview mirror and knocked it down.
Phoenix shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
Well, you take a look at the numbers, guys. They're shooting 74% on the season.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
And so that's the end of the first half. Suns ahead, up by 12. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's Wednesday night at the 2K Sports.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
What a great game for Granger in this one. 19 points, and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
I'll tell you what, he should not hesitate to keep firing from out there because he's got the touch tonight.
And so in the game for the Pacers, George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Down low, Weston Hibbert, and it's D in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Dragic. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
Well, you look at Paul George, my man, PG 24. The young swingman out of Fresno State. Boy, he had a terrific year last season, was the most improved player last season, and a first-time NBA All-Star. You consider how young he is. Just turned 23, and he's got the potential to make plenty more All-Star games. And I think he could ultimately be a Defensive Player of the Year at some time in his career.
Here's Dragic after the made shot from D. Dragic kicks to Butler. Pass to Morris. Dishes it to Gortat. No good. Great D that time from Hibbert. And for Paul George, the 10th pick back in 2010. What a terrific find for the Pacers.
Well, he was already a good player, but I think the injury to Danny Granger last season created the opportunity for George to really emerge as an all-star. And that's exactly what he did. Dangerous inside and out, excellent defensive player, has a chance to be really special.
From outside, off the mark. Suns leading by 10. And it's Dragic off the drive. Brown, good. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Hill kicks to George. And the pass to D. And that one is stuffed right through.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Now Dragic, he's got 8, and there's the feed to Morris. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 8th assist in the game. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to look at some of the players that are contributing in areas you might not expect. The top rebounding shooting guards of the past month. Paul George on top.
And a two-guard who's as prolific as a rebounder as he is, that's a rare breed in the NBA. I mean, it defies conventional wisdom that he's able to pull down as many boards as he does from that position.
Well, I start with his athleticism, Steve. I mean, that makes it possible. And he's got a nice feel for playing in the post as well. He doesn't look out of place down there like a lot of shooting guards do.
Passes it to D. There's the dish to Hibbert. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hibbert's got 8 points.
I think he's been kind of passive today. And, you know, maybe that one will get him going. I think for them to be successful, he needs to be the one to do the bulk of the scoring.
Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Miami. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out Indiana, just way behind.
I think for the Pacers, they've lived up to what was expected of them more or less, I think. But some of their fans probably had a little more in mind.
Well, fans always have more in mind, Clark. I mean, everybody wants their team to win it all. But I think this team has performed admirably to this point, and they've been rock solid, and we'll see if they can maybe make a push heading into the playoffs.
For three, Hill. The shot is off. The Suns go the other way with it. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the final game of this 5-game homestand.
And, you know, for the Wizards, that's a game they'd really like to have. We've seen a few mix-ups defensively out there on the perimeter.
More than a few. I mean, the open looks they've allowed from long range have turned into a lot of points.
Now, here is George. Right now averaging 17 points a game. No good from Dean.
Boy, the pick, and with that weak screen, I use that term loosely, did nothing to spring him open. It was ineffective.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Here's what Phoenix has lined up on their schedule. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand.
I'll tell you what, guys, I'm really looking forward to seeing how that Cleveland game turns out.
And so here's Phoenix. Here is Gorty, averaging 19 points per contest. 6 to shoot. Pass the bucket. Now the Pacers moving it up. Here's Dean. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Dragic gets the bucket.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Pacers trail by 16. Hill passes to D. Defended by Butler. And it's Dragic with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul might force him to scale back the aggression defensively a little bit. He does not want to pick up number 5.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Luis Scola. He's checked in for Hibbert. And it's Granger in for David West. Pass to D. Granger, a screen on Butler. Clock at 6. And George, here we go. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
Dragic dishes to Butler, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
Well, you know, when they need a big 3, he's the guy they look to. He's about as reliable a deep threat as you're going to find.
And another specialty of his is the 3 ball from the corner. That's his signature shot.
Dean, defended by Butler. The drive by Granger. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
He kicks to Dragic. Here's Fry. And that one's good. And the Suns lead by 19. Indiana's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. The kick out to Hill. The pass to D. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Suns.
How about the three-point shooting we're seeing so far, guys? Amazing.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 10. Beasley outside. Back to Dragic. Shot clock at 6. Now here is Morris. Headed by Scola. Beasley kicks to Morris. He feeds it to Dragic. And a miss there on the triple. Pacers trail by 16. D, covered by Beasley. No good from D.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Green passes to Dragic. Morris. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
And Goran Dragic out of Yugoslavia, man, he's a really impressive left-handed slashing point guard. Great size at 6'3", aggressive off the dribble, and he's improving as a playmaker.
Now here is Hill, averaging 14 points a game. Stoll kicks to George. Granger from outside. That's good. Granger's got 22.
A wide-open three. They need much better communication defensively.
And for Dragic last season, a career high in points and assists.
Well, what you like about Dragic, Kevin, is his aggressiveness at both ends of the floor. He's an attacking player by nature, loves to get to the rim, and defensively likes to play the passing lanes and try to put pressure on the ball.
And Indiana making a change here. Mahimi's checked in. Kicks it to Stevenson. He dishes it to Watson. Indiana moving the ball over. And it's Granger penetrating. Misses in close.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
Here's Beasley. Here is Watson, defended by Goodwin. And here's Watson, averaging 6 points per contest. He passes to D. Feeds to Granger. Fires from the wing. They get the rebound. Passes to D. Dishes it to Stevenson. Pass to Watson. There's the feed to Stevenson. It's stolen by Green. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. They're whistled for a blocking foul, and he'll head to the line.
Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's see how Indiana stacked up. First in three-point field goal percentage, second in blocks, and they also show up as a top 5 rebounding team.
Man, you look at those numbers, and what obviously stands out is first in the league in three-point shooting. That's amazing. They've just done a nice job of spacing the floor, getting good looks for their shooters out there, and really passing the ball unselfishly.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hibbert's checked in. Second free throw, no good. Pacers trail by 16. The dish to Stevenson. He kicks to Watson. The pass to Stevenson. He feeds it to Watson. Lock at 6. Puts one up from 19. That's good on the jump shot. Watson's got his second basket. Suns leading by 14. Goodwin dishes to Lee. Kicks it to Morris. He's against Hibbert. From the baseline. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Morris has got 5 points now this quarter. Watson kicks to Hibbert. He dishes it to Stevenson. He passes it to D. Hibbert with the screen. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for D. 22 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
Yeah, and I think that's been important because it's established a nice defensive presence for his team.
First free throw is good. David West, he's checked in for Danny Granger. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Phoenix has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Goodwin kicks to Green. Goodwin with it. Now guarded by Watson. They double him with West. Back to Green. Unloads. Some solid defense from D.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, it's not typical. I mean, they have been really dominant on the glass.
Watson with it, defended by Goodwin. Watson kicks it to West. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Passes it to D. Feeds it to Watson. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Watson's got 4 points this quarter.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now, here is Morris. 7 points in the game. Goodwin passes to Gortat. The baseline J. It's rebounded by Indiana. West has got 6 rebounds now in the game. D, guarded by Green. D passes to Watson. Great D that time from Green. Phoenix leading by 12. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Goodwin with it. Now defended by D. Goodwin kicks to Lee. Dishes it to Morris. Pass to Green. Second chance shot, and that is good. Green's got 19 points. 9 seconds left in the third quarter. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Goodwin. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Suns lead by 14. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Dragic with it. Markieff Morris and Marcin Gortat are down low. Dragic is out there with Brown, and it's Butler in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
Great unspoken communication between teammates, leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Hill with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Hill kicks to George. Pass to West. And the call will be against D. That's foul number 2 for him. So he's scored. He's checked in for Indiana. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And a chance now to check out the schedule for Indiana. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip. Suns leading by 14. Gortat dishes to Brown. Dragic. The feed to Butler. Hill's there. Butler kicks to Dragic. Misses the 3. Pacers shooting inefficient, 53% from the field. Hill passes to George. George gets a screen from West. Stolen. Dishes to Hill. Up the line by Indiana. Outside for George. Back to West. It's stolen by Morris. Now here's Dragic. And the call will be against D. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Suns making a change here. Beasley's checked in. Here is Gortat. Butler on the wing. And there's a nice one-handed slam. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You've got to challenge him a little bit at least.
And West backs in. Puts it up. Outside for George. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 from Hill. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Pacers making a switch here. Rangers checked in. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Suns leading by 16. Knocked loose. Paul George with the steal. And that one is hammered home.
Now, That was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk.
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
Yes, a message and put it on the highlight reel for later. Well, yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Boy, Hibbert's checked in for Luis Scola. Now here's Beasley. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Hill passes to D. Hibbert with a screen on Brown. Right side George. Beasley with the steal. Here's the dish to Butler. He kicks it to Dragic. Back to Butler. Backing down. Dragic the pass to Butler. Shot clock at 5. Count it from 12. Butler's got 23.
And his stroke has been dead on. Inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
Now Hill. That's tipped. Back to Granger. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Butler kicks to Gortat. Now the Pacers moving it up. George with the ball. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing. He put that lead pass in perfect position for his teammate.
Pacers trail by 18. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Hibbert. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Hibbert against Dragic. Beasley outside. Here's Butler. And it's sent back by George. Beasley for 3. There's the bucket. Good.
They are killing him with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Now here is Hill. Now the pass to George. Some nice passing here by Indiana to end the run. Dean. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one is on Beasley.
You know, Marcin Gortat, since he was traded from Orlando to Phoenix, has developed into one of the best centers in the league. He can finish at the rim with either hand. He can step out and make a jump shot. He can awfully well.
David West, he's checked in for Indiana. And Gortat has worked in the offseason with Akeem Olajuwon to develop his post moves.
Yeah, the dream becoming quite the post guru in his retirement days because he was clearly one of the best we've seen in the league. Kobe's been to him. LeBron spent time with him. Dwight Howard. That says a lot about him, but also them, that they would seek him out for help. He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Hill with it. Now grounded by Dragic. Hill dishes to Hibbert. It's back to Hill. He passes to D. The 3. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but, you know, the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
Swiped away. Looking to get back on track here. Power down with both hands.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close. And the next foul will put them over the limit and in the bonus.
A chance to get some easy points at the line here, so it makes sense to be aggressive.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Marcus Morris. And that one is good by Beasley.
Just the shot they wanted. Point blank range.
Hill kicks to Hibbert. Outside, George. Passes to D. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. D's got 18 points now here in the second half. Suns leading by 16. Here's Dragic. They double him with West. Morris, fended by West. Morris with the bucket.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
And here is Hill. Back to Hibbert. He feeds it to Hill. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Dragic. Oh, and here comes Dragic all alone. And he finishes the break with the layup. Dragic has got 4 points in the quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Dean for by Beasley. And Indiana, another 3.
Not too many of those shots were dropping for him in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Phoenix leading by 17. Outside Dragic. Dragic off the pick from Morris. Dragic the pass to Morris. Here's Gortat. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Caron Butler's checked in for the Suns. West kicks to George. West, he dishes it to Hill. Pass to D. Feeds it to George. 5 to shoot. Outside Hill. Launches it. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Butler's defensive attention all game long, and I think it's really bothered him and thrown him off.
And Gortat kicks to Morris. On the wing, Brown. This is to Morris. From downtown, it's rebounded by D. Pacers trail by 19. West setting the pick for Hill. It's George on the wing. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Gortat inside. That's good. Gortat's got 6 here in this quarter.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
There's the pass to D. Kicks it to George. A 3-ball, and that one's good. George has got 10 points in just the second half.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that 3.
Morris dishes to Butler. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Tremendous output from Butler. He has 23 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
Pacers trail by 20. Hill passes to Hibbert. Pass to West. He's against Morris. Fades. And again, it's Indiana converting. Here's Brown. Now the feed to Dragic. Dragic left side. 5 on the clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. The Pacers have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Passes it to D. It's back to Hill. The dish to Hibbert. Outside, George. 6 to shoot. His 3-pointers off the mark. And David West gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
You look at the Morris twins, Marcus and Markieff, both played at Kansas, very close to each other. They had to tough it out for about a year and a half on different teams, but now they're reunited in Phoenix. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
And Indiana making a change here. Mahinmi's checked in for Hibbert. Hill comes in for David West. And Stevenson's checked in for George. And it's Watson in for George Hill. And Phoenix making a change here. Green's checked in. Now here's Lee. After the miss from Stevenson. Lee kicks to Marshall. They kick it out to Green. Hits the three-point bomb. Green's got 22. Well, you look at the Morris twins. Mark Keefe about an inch taller, but thus far in their careers, the numbers are pretty similar so far.
Both of them natural power forwards with some outside shooting ability, so they can kind of fill that modern floor spacing four-man role.
Marshall dishes to Green. He kicks it to Fry. Lee passes to Marshall. Green left side. Another three for Phoenix.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
And the Pacers with possession here. He feeds it to Stevenson. He dishes it to Mahinmi. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Stevenson kicks to Watson. Can they get it? The shot is off. Marshall with it. So it's the Suns winning easily here. Sunday Spark, everything goes.
It can't be easy to lose a game when you have the kind of performance you did tonight. What did you have to say to the team in the locker room afterwards?
I didn't say a lot. I let Coach do most of the talking. Sometimes it's not my place to give a speech, and tonight didn't feel like one of those situations. I have a couple things I know I need to work on, but I was pretty happy with my game overall, so it made sense to let Coach focus on what he thought we didn't do well. And believe me, he's happy to let us know. We need these kind of experiences to get better, though, you know? So hopefully in the long term, this game ends up being a small step in the right direction, despite the fact that we lost.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, the developing DeMarcus Cousins.
And you know where you'll see him put in the majority of his work is in the rebound battle. Puts a persistent physical effort on the glass. He is tough to box out.
And another thing that stands out about him, Steve, he has the ability to score even with defenders draped all over him. He's so strong around the goal.
Well, it was the Sacramento Kings in their last game, a loss to the Houston Rockets. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
And, you know, coming down the stretch in that game, they didn't have all the guys they would have liked on the floor because of the foul trouble they were in.
And as a result, Steve, they had to back down a little bit so they wouldn't get themselves into even more foul trouble.
D passes to Hill. Clock at 6. Up and in on the layup.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
I agree. It settles a team down offensively, and you establish success in the post. That forces the defense to make some adjustments.
Here's Thomas. Following the basket by George Hill. Jacks up a three, and the basket by Thomas. Thomas got 5 now.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's West. 9-point game his last outing. George passes to D. Back to George. The kick out to Hill. Hill left side. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Hill's got his second bucket.
You know, Frank Vogel is one of the youngest head coaches in the NBA, and in college at Kentucky, he pestered the coaches relentlessly until they gave him a role as a student manager for the Wildcats, and that determination and resolve has served him well as he's worked himself into an outstanding head coach in the NBA.
And David West gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Vasquez kicks to Landry. He dishes it to Vasquez. 6 to shoot. Thomas goes in. Charity swipe shot. Again, Sacramento. And for Vogel, an assistant for 10 years in the NBA, and when a coaching turnover moved him into the interim head coaching position in 2011, Steve, he grabbed the reins and didn't look back.
No, he didn't. The results speak for themselves, and the team's responded to him. The organization has shown its faith in Coach Vogel, giving him an extension, and he led that club to a deep playoff run a year ago, 1 game from the finals.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. That's good.
Well, it wasn't a textbook pick, but he still managed to score. Good concentration on the finish.
Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
Thanks, Doris. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Suns.
Was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
He kicks it to Thomas. Cousins with a screen for Thomas. Back to Cousins. It's rebounded by D.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
And, for the Kings, with the new ownership group, a new coach, a new front office, and a new downtown arena on the horizon, it's exciting times for the Kings fans, and a lot of newfound optimism around this team, too.
Indiana shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. He hits the second from the line. And the Kings, a team that experienced a period of great success in the 90s, back the late 90s and early this century. But they had undergone a 7-year playoff drought, and Steve, times had gotten pretty dire.
Well, there's a lot of change in the air in Sacramento this season with new ownership, new management, new coaching, and some young talent with Ben McLemore. So I think there's hope going forward for the Sacramento Kings.
That free throw good from Cousins. Danny Granger, he's checked in for Roy Hibbert. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
With the troubles he's had butting heads with coaches and others, you might wonder why the team keeps putting up with Cousins' antics. Well, I'll tell you why. The greater your talent, the longer your rope, because this kid does have talent.
Now here's West. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 4 on the shot clock. And he hits it to tie the game up.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
And Clark, you mentioned Cousins' problems. There were some rumblings last season that the Kings might look to trade him, Steve, and I think there would be some teams that would say, you know what, this is a quality guy that maybe needs a new environment.
I think teams would be very interested in him. The question is, how much would they be willing to give up? Because it is a bit of a risk, not knowing exactly what you're getting. But Cousins, an intriguing talent. There's no doubt about that.
Now here's West. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Outside Hill. And George kicks to Hill. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Three-pointer, Granger, out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's see how Indiana stacked up. Second in blocks, third in three-point shooting, and they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
Man, Clark, let's talk about those blocks, because you know what that does? When you're a guard and you've got great shot blockers behind you, it allows you to play with more aggressiveness on the perimeter, and that can really disrupt an offense.
Thomas goes in. Here's Hill, trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Phoenix. A shot by West. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Vasquez kicks to Landry. The pass to Cousins. Thomas. There's the dish to Landry. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
The Pacers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Hill passes to D. It's back to Hill. Pass to George. His first shot coming late, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Thomas dishes to Landry. Back to Thomas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gets it to go. Thomas got 10.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Luis Scola, he's checked in for Indiana. Hill passes to D. Outside, Scola. Baamute with the steal. With the lead pass, Cousins. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Tell you what, he's not going to win any high jump competition, so it's a good thing he doesn't have to go too far to get to the rim.
I'm not sure he could, or any of us could slip a piece of paper under him when he takes off.
It doesn't matter much, though, Kevin, because he's such a big man. I mean, if he gets positioned, forget about it.
Here's Hill. The Kings getting the bucket. Just 5 to shoot. Indiana again missing. For Sacramento, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. And Hayes kicks to Thomas. The feed now to Cousins. Scola's there. A jump hook. No good from Cousins. Indiana trailing here. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And you just had to admire the versatility they showed offensively that day.
Yeah, their scoring came from all over the place. If one approach didn't work for them, they found another that did.
Here's D. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one. You can talk about a lot of other power forwards around the league, and even though Luis Scola never really explodes for monster games, a lot of his opponents will tell you he's one of the toughest guys to deal with because he's so consistent and has a lot of versatility to his offensive game.
And McCallum kicks to McLemore. And stolen by Scola. Dishes it to Watson. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Watson's got his first points of the night.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
And speaking of Luis Scola, 2-time MVP of the Spanish League. Didn't come to the NBA until his late 20s. But, boy, when he arrived, he made a dent.
He was ready to go immediately because of his experience in Europe where he was a go-to scoring threat. And, you know, he could do a lot of things offensively, whether it was posting up or making that mid-range jump shot.
Here is Outlaw. He feeds it to McLemore. Pass to McCallum. Another shot. Sacramento again missing. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Picked him clean. McLemore with the ball. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And here's Outlaw from the arc. It's rebounded by D.
Boy, he'd like to have that one back.
Now Watson. Stroll kicks to Stevenson. Indiana moving it around. Here's D. Rejected by Outlaw.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
He passes it to McCallum. Thompson outside. Passes it to Outlaw. Here's McCallum. Kicks it to Outlaw. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Watson. The pass to D. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. And that's now 6 points for D. The Kings trailed by 4. Here's McCallum. Feeds it to Outlaw. Pass to McCallum. Trying to get back on track. No good. So Indiana will take it the other way.
You know, you look up and down the Pacers roster, and in every position they have size and a player that's willing to be physical and mix it up. You throw in a guy like Paul George, who's one of the elite rebounders at his position. It's not hard to see why the Pacers were #1 in rebounding percentage last season.
The Pacers making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Well, you mentioned the Pacers. They do add size everywhere on the roster. And it's not just numbers on a sheet with them. They all know, Steve, how to use their height and weight to their advantage to work to their favor.
Yeah, the length at every position is impressive. Not just Hibbert protecting the rim, but Paul George with those long arms out on the wing. George Hill at the point plays a lot bigger than his actual.
Here's Hill. He's got 6. He dishes it to West. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
Up front, it's Thompson and Cousins. Vasquez out there with Isaiah Thomas. And it's Mbamute in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Indiana's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Yes, gentlemen, D in their last game against the Suns played some outstanding basketball. He finished with 31 points, and he made them pay for their fouls, putting up a good amount of his totals from the line. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing, Clark.
Yeah, I agree. I was just glad I got a chance to witness it. It's always such a special night when a player of his caliber gets so locked in and focused.
And, you know, in an 82-game season with so much talent, every once in a while, everything's going to click. And that was definitely the case that night. The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
Hill kicks to Granger. Outside, George. Granger. Now the dish to Hill. Pass to D. Outside, George. Shot clock at 6. Takes a 3. Rebound by the Kings.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
And here's Vasquez. 17 points for him last game against the Rockets in Houston.
I thought his rebounding was impressive as well, guys. He made some big boards, really helped out on the glass, helped his team out big time. He's so dominant in the low post. You just can't let him get the ball in there so tight.
Too easy. It was really simple for him to go to work there.
Hill passes to D. Outside, George. D. He kicks to Hill. The feed to Granger. A 3-ball. Here's D. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. D's got 4 points in the quarter.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Well, you got to help out the team whenever you can, and this group of shooting guards have helped out on the glass for their respective teams this year. Paul George on top.
And you know what he gives away in terms of size to other big men down low, he makes up for with his agility and determination. That's what makes him such an outstanding rebounder.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to one thing you said there, Steve, is determination. You can't be as good a rebounder as he is from the 2-guard spot without significant determination and effort. I mean, and he brings it every night.
Well, one of the reasons I like Jason Thompson is he's not afraid to be physical inside. He loves to chase down loose balls, get offensive rebounds, constantly fighting his opponent for position.
Yeah, very much a workmanlike approach to playing in the post from Thompson. He just puts in his time each game and comes away with some nice numbers. Mahinmi's checked in for the Pacers. Scola comes in for Danny Granger. Outside Scola. Pass to D. This is to George. Beyond the arc. And that one's good.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm. There's no question the big news for the Sacramento Kings is they're still the Sacramento Kings. After a nail-biting last couple of years, they saw the team flirt with moving to Virginia, Anaheim, Las Vegas, Seattle. Finally, a new ownership group committed to keeping the team in sack.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Jason Thompson. Gets the bucket. Vasquez has got 5 points so far.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Thomas against Hill. He passes to D. Doubled by Outlaw. It's back to Hill. Outside, George. There's the pass to D. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And for all the Kings fans, what a great victory. Former 3-time NBA All-Star and Sacramento native son, Mayor Kevin Johnson, instrumental in securing financing for the new arena, and Steve campaigning with the league's owners to keep the team in Northern California.
I think it surprised everyone, Kevin. Seattle made such a strong bid. I think most people felt the team would end up in Seattle, but Johnson did his job. Sacramento stepped up to the plate, and I think it's great that the Kings get to keep their team, and hopefully Seattle will end up with one in the next couple of years.
Thomas against Hill. Thomas kicks to Outlaw. Releases. And again, it's Sacramento converting. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here, and neither team has been able to find an edge in this game.
Here's D. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Thomas, and it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
Chris Copeland's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Thomas kicks to Outlaw. That is good. Outlaw's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Screen by Scola. Left side, George. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we're through 2 here and a good one.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
This is 2K Sports, and I'm Damon Bruce, coming to you live.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. 3rd quarter starting here now.
Just absolute domination in this one for Thomas. 16 points, and he's drained 3 three-point bombs so far.
Tell you what, he should not hesitate to keep firing from out there because he's got the touch tonight.
And so in the game for the Pacers. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Down low, West and Hibbert, and it's D in it, the small forward.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
A little over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
And if you're already boxed out, you got to try to work to get around. Otherwise, it's a surefire foul.
Thomas kicks to Vasquez. Six on the shot clock. Back to Thomas. Fires the 3. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Vasquez has got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, you talk about some of the breakout players of last season, and at the top of the list for me was Grievous Vasquez. Runner-up for most improved player, 6'6" point guard, improved his shooting significantly and played with a lot of confidence for New Orleans.
And the basket by West. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. He feeds it to Cousins. Lets it go. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Pacers trail by 3. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Hibbert dishes to Hill. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
A chance here to see how the Kings rank in the NBA right now. 5th in rebounding, 15th in assist, and they're in the top half of the league in shooting from deep as well. This is a strong suit for this team, knocking down those shots from behind the arc.
And you put all those things together, and that makes this a very tough team. And what really jumps out at me is the rebounds, Clark. I mean, this is a team that controls the paint. If you're going to miss a shot, the ball seems to be theirs almost every time. That allows their transition game to get going. And then at the offensive end, they'll pound you on the offensive glass as well.
Pass to D. Kicks to West. Passes to D. West to screen on Bob Muta. And he dunks it after the pick. Frees him up.
One of the oldest plays in basketball made that dunk possible.
That's right. A terrific screen right there, Steve. Allowed him to lose his man and rock it to the rim.
Well, don't you love to see players working together in that fundamental play? Fun to watch. Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
Ball's knocked loose. Now the Pacers moving it up. Here's D, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Now here's Vasquez. He's got 5. Cousins with a screen on Hill. Vasquez, that's good.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Pacers trail by 3. Hill with it. 6 points for him. Now the pass to D. And he uses the glass on the layup. D's got 6 in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Now Vasquez. He has 7. Shot clock at 5. Here's Landry. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Landry's got 6.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Hill passes to D. He's guarded by Mbamute. D. Mbamute pulls it in.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Vasquez kicks to Thomas. Again, Sacramento.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Pacers trail by 5. Back to Hibbert. Feeds to George. With some arc. That's good. 11 points in the game.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely here it comes. See if you can stop it.
Vasquez with it. George picks him up. Back to Cousins. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Hill kicks to George. D. That misses, and a chance to tie it there. Vasquez with it. He's against Hill. The three from Thomas. Another three for Sacramento.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Hill against Thomas. Pass to D. He dishes it to George. On the wing, Hill. He passes to D. 4 on the clock. Rejected by Mbamute. The dish to Vasquez. Outside Landry. He kicks it to Vasquez. Offensive rebound. Shot's good from Mbamute. Mbamute's got 8 points.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Pass to West. Cousins is there. Shoots from the right block. Shot is off.
That's an example there, guys, of contesting the shot and corralling the board. That's really all you can ask of a guy at that end of the floor.
Here's Thomas. 26 points for him. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Cousins. Landry kicks to Mbamute. Passes it to D. And it's sent back by Vasquez.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and it's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
And here's Mbamute. He's got 8. 6 to shoot. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And there's the feed to George. And the pass to D. Indiana moving it around to stop the drought. Landry grabs the miss. Landry's got 5 rebounds tonight. Hill against Thomas. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Cousins. Patterson comes in for Carl Landry. Travis Outlaw is checked in for Mbamute. And McLemore subbed in for Vasquez.
You know, Carl Landry is, throughout his career, played mostly as a reserve, but he is a super sub, a guy who gives you starter caliber scoring and competes defensively on the backboards. It's just what you want off the bench on your front line.
Here's Scola. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Dishes it to McLemore. He feeds it to Hayes. There's the block. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. Sacramento making a switch here. Fredette is checked in. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks to Patterson. With the fadeaway. The shot no good. Some solid defense from D. Well, going back to Landry, a late bloomer, certainly cut from the freshman team in high school. You know the story, barely made the JV team. He didn't play consistent minutes until his senior year, and Carl Landry has become, in a lot of ways, indispensable.
And it was in junior college, Kevin, that he really found his game. His coach told him to be more aggressive, looking to score, and once he did that, he really discovered he had a gift for it, and then, of course, went on to Purdue and had an excellent college career.
And Patterson kicks to McLemore. Back to Patterson. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. With the pause in the action, let's bring you the list of teams that have been lighting it up over the last 10 games. The Pacers in 5th.
Well, this is only a trend over a few games out of a very, very long season. But the coach has got to be pleased that his team has been able to score big with some consistency.
And the Kings making a change here. Thompson's checked in.
Kevin, here we can get a good look at Indiana and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. First in block, third in three-point field goal percentage. And they also show up as a team in the top 5 in scoring. Boy, this team is balanced and versatile offensively.
And to me, what jumps out is the blocks, because they're an intimidating team. They really control the paint. They like to physically dominate their opponent. And when they do that and they get a lot of block shots, obviously it gives their defense a ton of confidence.
And George kicks to Granger. And stolen by Patterson. Feeds it to Fredette. He dishes it to Patterson. Pass to Thompson. Stola on him. Fades away. Thompson misses. Pacers trail by 9. There's the dish to George. He passes to D. Defended by Fredette. Patterson bringing the double. He kicks it to Watson. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And checking out Sacramento. 9.5 games behind.
Well, I think for Sacramento, they've just never really found their groove this season. I mean, not yet anyway. They're kind of stuck in the middle of the pack right now.
Man, they don't have a lot of time left to find that groove, Clark. That's the problem. I mean, unless things really come together for them soon, I think they're going to stay in kind of that middle of the pack area the rest of the way.
McLemore dishes to Fredette. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Granger misses.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
McLemore off the pick from Hayes. McLemore, the pass to Hayes. Now here's McLemore. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. That's good. And the Kings lead by 9.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Stola kicks to Granger. From past the arc. Gets it to go. Granger's got 9.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
And McLemore kicks to Fredette. Passes it to Hayes. Stola on him. Let's go. Hayes, no good. Pacers trail by 6. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. D passes to Watson. Pass to Granger. Clock at 6. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Now just a 4-point Kings lead.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's Sacramento. They're up by 4.
Tune in this Saturday night.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. Isaiah Thomas out there with Vasquez. And it's Mbamute in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
He really made that mismatch pay off. A defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket.
Thomas against Hill. D. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
What a night for D. He's got 19 points and 3 blocks. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
No question, he's made an impact just about everywhere on the court.
That one misses.
And you look at Landry, and he does lack the size of most power forwards, but he's excellent at finishing around the goal, and it helps him keep defenders honest with a nice, reliable outside shot, too.
That's his 3rd personal foul. First team foul.
Vasquez with it. Five on the clock. Mbamute lays it up and banks it in. Mbamute has got 4 points now in the quarter. And Carl Landry's such a great knack for scoring around the rim.
He's a tough guy, a genuine tough guy. He gets the ball in the paint, and he'll go up and score with little jump shots or maybe put-back shots. Great hands, and really keeps himself in good condition.
Here's D. The finger roll finish at the bucket. D's got 22 points. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Vasquez dishes to Cousins. Sacramento moving it around. Landry kicks to Thomas. The feed to Mbamute. Shot clock at 6. Back to Thomas. 3-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. West has got 6 rebounds in the game. And there's the pass to George. D. Defended by Vasquez. Here's D. That's good. And now just a 3-point Kings lead. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Vasquez kicks to Landry. Dishes to Vasquez. He feeds it to Mbamute. Pass to Cousins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Kings lead by 5.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Hill passes to D. Picked by West. D. He's guarded by Mbamute. Mbamute with the steal. 3-on-3. Kicks it to Thomas. Feeds it to Mbamute. He dishes it to Cousins. 6 to shoot. He passes to Vasquez. No good with the triple. Pacers trail by 5. And George kicks to Hill. Passes to D. It's back to Hill. The dish to Hibbert. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And that's 12 points for Roy Hibbert.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, and at this stage, it's such a tight game. I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block.
For Indiana, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. George with the ball. Now guarded by Vasquez. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Mbamute.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. The Kings leading. Now Vasquez. He kicks to Thomas. Offside Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Landry, fended by West. It counts, and the foul. It's going to be on David West.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Right side, George. It's back to Hill. That's blocked by Landry. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And a chance now to check out the schedule for Indiana. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. And that will be the 4th of the string of 5 played on the road. Here's Vasquez. Pass to Landry. West on him. Shoots from the elbow. A second chance effort. Shot is blocked. Dives for it. Pacers trail by 5. D. He's guarded by Mbamute. Outside Hill. Again missing Hill.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But, yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
West setting the pick for George. The pass to D. Pick by West. Back to George. The feed to Hibbert. Pass to D. West to Skrina and Mbamute. Clock at 6. The 3 from Hill. Again missing Hill. Kings leading now by 5. Vasquez with it. George picks him up. Vasquez, this is to Landry. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
And here is Hill. Passes it to D. They need this one. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They're simply living and dying from behind the arc in this second half. And I don't think that's the way to go here. They're trailing. The three-point shot can be used, but they've got to balance it out.
Now here's Vasquez. He feeds it to Thomas. Shoots the 3. Gets it to go. Thomas got 32 points in the game.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Now they're feeling confident, and they're in a good flow offensively, so why not just keep firing from out there?
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and not one of them liked it.
Vasquez with it. Dishes it to Landry. Here's Hayes. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Kings lead by 7.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, they're fighting for every loose ball, putting a body on somebody and going after the rim.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot. saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high percentage looks.
Now Vasquez. Kicks it to Thomas. The tray. Cannot hit. Great defense that time from D.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Kings leading now by 7. Thomas passes to Vasquez. And Baamute kicks it out to Vasquez. Inside to Landry. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Vasquez has got his 8th assist in the game. Pacers trail by 9. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Hill against Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. D passes to Hill from downtown, and that is good.
He's got a nice stroke from long range, and you know, he's not likely to pass up those opportunities when he gets them.
Vasquez kicks to Landry. Kings moving the ball around. Shot's good from Mbaamute.
Beautiful lead pass there. He let his teammate run right underneath it.
Pacers trail by 8. Here's Hill. Down low. George working against Vasquez. George passes to D. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. And here is Thomas. Now here's Hayes. Back to Thomas. Feeds to Vasquez. He dishes it to Landry. West with the block. D passes to George. Hill kicks it to West. It's back to Hill. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. George with the ball. Now guarded by Vasquez. West passes to D. West to Springer and Baamute. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Hill for 3.
The shooting percentage has really fallen here in the second half. You've got to find the range again, guys.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Sacramento leading by 8. Vasquez with it. From about 19 feet. Landry no good. Indiana, they're working against the clock right now. Hill with it. Now Thomas defending. Here's D. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Looks like he's just trying to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but I don't know about that shot attempt.
Now Vasquez. Upside Thomas. Upside Thomas. Vasquez. He passes to Landry. From the low block. And he overshot that one, missing. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%. George. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Kings.
And nothing you can do to salvage this one at this point. Game over.
Not anymore. Any chance they had is gone.
And the call will be against D. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Now here's Patterson, defended by Copeland. And McCallum kicks to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. The dish to Fredette. Drills the three-pointer. And the Kings lead by 11.
They got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
So it's the Kings winning this one easily. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
You did everything you could to keep your team in the game, but it wasn't enough. What are you able to take from a good performance like that, knowing that it came in a loss?
I never like losing a game, but even when I play well, there's always something you can pull from it to use moving forward. For one thing, I know I could have done a better job with my help defense. And our defensive unit as a whole wasn't executing the way we're capable of. The good thing, though, is that a loss only serves to fire me up and make me that much more focused the next time we get out there. Feel me?